Twitter for iPhone updated, Netflix for magazines, Google Plus for iPad now out, Mountain Lion Gold Mastered, and listen to the Dark Knight Rises soundtrack today. It's Wednesday, July 11th, 2012, and this is iWake. I'm Tim Chaten, and this is what's going on in the Apple world today. Good morning and welcome to another edition of iWake. As you can probably hear and see, this edition is being recorded with less than great equipment. So I'm recording today's show with the built-in microphone on this MacBook Pro I'm sitting in front of and the built-in iSight camera. And I'm doing that because I am not at my regular office with all my equipment, so I'm using somebody else's equipment, and I apologize for the audio quality and the video quality because of that, but I wanted to get the show out today, and this is the only way I could do it. So my apologies. I hope that it sounds good. I'll do the best I can to make it sound good. So with that said, kicking off the show today is an update to the Twitter app. The Twitter app, a rather important update. The most notable change you'll see is the icon. It is now that lame icon with the bird pointing toward the sky that I hate, and I think most people do hate. Besides that, there are lots of things to love about this update, including a slick way to display content in the menu bar. So where your time is displayed, it'll say tweet sent and some other cool things there. I'm not going to go through all the changes here. Needless to say, the free Twitter app is getting better all the time. Now, if only they would update the Mac version. That'd be awesome. iPad users, this update did not really affect you. Even the icon remains the same, so no word yet on when Twitter will take the iPad or the Mac seriously. In other news is Apple releasing the new iPad in China. A launch date has been set for July 20th. May the riots start in 3, 2, 1, go. Speaking of the iPad, is content for the iPad. This time I'm talking about magazines. A service has hit the iPad that is dubbed the Netflix of magazines. For $10 a month, you can get all-you-can-eat monthly subscriptions to big-name magazines. For $5 more at $15 a month, you gain all-you-can-eat weekly magazine access such as The New Yorker. You'll need to visit nextissue.com to create an account and start a 30-day free trial. And then you can download the app and access titles from Condé Nast, News Corp, Hearst, Meredith, Time, and many more major publishers. A few of the more enticing magazines include Allure, Better Homes and Garden, Bon Appetit, Elle, Entertainment Weekly, Esquire, Fitness, Fortune, Glamour, GQ, InStyle, People, Popular Mechanics, Real Simple, Self, Southern Living, Sports Illustrated, The New Yorker, Time, Vanity Fair, Vogue, and Wired. The list goes on and on. As you can see, tons of big-name magazines that if you're a magazine person, this will be an amazing service for you. And I'm not that guy. I don't like magazines. I don't really read them. Don't see a reason for the service. But if you like magazines, I'd encourage you to give it a spin, especially its free 30-day trial. Next up today is some Google news. To begin is version 3 of Google Plus for iOS. Besides being iPad native, the app also adds location-based Google Plus events, the ability to attach photos directly from your device's camera roll and add them to your posts. You can also start and join Hangouts in-app and stream them to your TV using AirPlay. All in all, a great update to what is now what I'd call the best social networking app for iOS, iPad and iPhone included. In other news is Google Chrome and their new beta. The latest beta adds some pretty cool features. The big thing is that you can now access your computer's webcam and microphone without a plug-in. It's just ready to go. Once you launch Chrome, you're able to do all of that. Before you did need a plug-in. In other Chrome news is the fact that Google will be dropping Leopard support in the coming weeks or months. The latest dev release no longer supports Apple's aging operating system, 10.5, dubbed Leopard. Last up in Google news is Jelly Bean. Google has announced that Android 4.1 Jelly Bean has begun rolling out to HSPA Plus Galaxy Nexi. For owners of the phone, the new OS will be appearing over the next few days as an over-the-air update, bringing Google Now an improved keyboard and several other features. There is no word yet on when Verizon when the Verizon model will get this update. As always with non-Apple phones, it may take a while, even with this Verizon phone being a Nexus phone, which evidently is supposed to get updates first, but with Verizon, that all changes. Now, onto some Mac news. First up, it seems the Retina MacBook Pro 15-inch may not be alone for long. Mac Rumors has spotted benchmarks for a yet-to-be-released 13-inch MacBook Pro with Retina. A similar find came out just weeks before the 15-inch Retina was announced. It would seem odd that Apple would release a new laptop anytime soon, but it is nice to know they are working on it. The big Mac story of the day, however, is Mountain Lion. It's gone gold to master, which means this is probably the same download developers are getting now that you as a consumer will be getting in the coming weeks or days. I'd say weeks, more likely. Apple's encouraging developers now to submit Mountain Lion-ready apps. Great news all around, and I'm very anxious to get my hands on the $20 Mountain Lion. I've got a beta installed right now, and I'm going to install the release version when Apple actually announces it and buy it myself. Last up in Mac news is a Mac service. You know that little thing called Dropbox, which is pretty much everywhere including the Mac? Well, the company announced a doubling of storage for paid users. Dropbox Pro now offers 100 gigabytes and 200 gigabyte plans for the price of the previous 50 and 100 gigabyte ones, meaning they'll cost either $100 or $200 a year. A new 500 gigabyte plan will also be rolling out. This is exciting news all around. Something to note here is it seems these storage and pricing options match that of Apple's iCloud. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Either way, it is interesting. I would most want Dropbox to release something for lower-end cost users. Say $5 a month for 50 gigs. I would love them to do that. But no, $10 a month seems to be as low as it gets. Or if you go with the yearly options, it gets lower than that. Closing out the show today are a few odd-end stories. First up is AT&T expanding their LTE network. Sadly, Hawaii still doesn't get blessed by AT&T here. Starting this week, though, Wichita, Kansas, Corpus Christi, Texas, Gainesville, Georgia, Buffalo, New York, Burlington, Vermont, Greensboro, and Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and additional cities in the Cleveland, Ohio area will be getting AT&T LTE. This brings the carrier up to 47 LTE cities with completion date sometime in 2013. Congrats to those that live or travel in those cities. It makes the LTE AT&T iPad all the more attractive. In other news is the sad news, or perhaps smart news for RIM, that the company is selling one of its 2 business jets under a plan to save $1 billion in operational costs. So that will help you save that money, I'm sure it will. I'm not sure if it will save the company, but it should help. Last up today is the exciting news that you can listen to The Dark Knight Rises soundtrack for free and do so in a legal way. Over on Empire Online, you can stream the entire soundtrack. A link to that is available in the show notes at iWakePodcast.com. It's around 50 minutes in length, and I'm rather excited to take a listen to it. It is a movie I am very anxious to watch, and I'll definitely be watching Batman Begins and Dark Knight before watching this new one, coming out, I believe, next week. So that's that. And that is what's going on in the Apple world today. If you like this show, and I hope you do, a couple things you can do for me. First off, review the show on iTunes. Head on over to iTunes, search for iWake, and review the show. Secondly, subscribe to it in the new podcasting app by Apple. Next, you can go over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/TCHATEN, and there you can just watch my videos. I do a lot of content there. Besides iWake, I also do iWake on video there. I do get paid when you click on the ads, so please click on the ads. That does benefit me. I get paid through that, so please do that. Finally, if you want to get more content, I do this show called iWake Again every Saturday. It's a $10 a month show where I do extra content for those that want it, and it also provides a way for you to donate to The Daily Show. So that's over at iWakePodcast.com/again. Sorry once again for the audio quality of the day and perhaps the background noise going on. I'll be back for another edition tomorrow of iWake. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching or listening. Aloha.